Hi there, Stampers. This is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm going live today with kind of a surprise live. Oops. In that, I just got a box from Stampin' Up! We just were able, as demonstrators, to order out of the new September to December mini catalog. And so I thought I would pop on here real quick and just show you what I got. So I'm going to move you down to my desk. There we go. And some of you may have seen the cover to the catalog, some of you may not, but of course I ordered bunches and bunches of them to hand out. Now, if you have ordered from me in the last year, you will be getting one of these in the mail. They've already been selected and set up for delivery, so it should be coming rather soon. If you're local, then I have them on hand here that you can either pick up from me or I will be dropping off. But this is the new catalog. I'm a little sad to say they did not give us back our visual index at the back. I know we had asked for that when the annual catalog came out, but I'm thinking this was too soon for them to completely redo. It had probably already been sent to print. So I'm hoping we get that back in the January catalog. So one of the first things I ordered was this new paper. This one is, what is it called? Splendid Autumn. And it's in the same kind of feel as that Meandering Meadow and the Thoughtful Journeys, only this one is all fall colors and fall scenes. So the backs have a pretty, basic, just plain, I want to say plain color, but it is a little bit graduated. And then the front has these beautiful fall scenes. So I can see using the fall scenes as well as those variegated backgrounds. They could be really pretty on a card. So that was one of the first. I did not get the fall stamp set or bundle that went with this one in particular because I chose a different fall stamp set. Grab the right dies. I ordered this More Than Autumn because I love the fact that it had the coffee cup with the marshmallows and whipped cream, and it has lots of various sentiments that you can use to go with it. So I think because I already had 2 sets of leaves, I think this one's going to be a really good addition to that. It is a photopolymer and of course has a set of dies that goes with it. So that's my fall set. Let's see. Another one I was excited about was this Peaceful Season because these dies are different in that you're able to, once you cut this, you can weave ribbon through there in that die. So I thought that was a really cool idea because you could kind of turn it into ornaments or of a card. And of course I love that the mat behind it. So we can either cut out this word from stamping it and then cutting it, or we can cut it out in cardstock and then mat it in cardstock. And of course, this has lots of great Christmas sayings for both inside and outside of the card. And some of the sentiments can be used for things other than holidays. I know we tend to look at Christmas stamp sets and think, I don't need Christmas. I have enough Christmas. I don't know that I won't want to buy a stamp set I can only use 1 month out of the year. But there's Love is in the Air, Joy and Love to You, wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. So there's all the best. There's just several things that you can use that are non-holiday, which I really like. So I will be using this one past Christmas. Again, the labels, that's another thing we can use past Christmas. If we just change the color or the designer series paper we're using, that could be very helpful. And that one was part of a suite that included this gorgeous paper. I love things that have this gold foil look to it. Just look how gorgeous that is. And we get all these pretty colors. So it's not just limited to 3. you know, which sometimes our specialty designer series papers or glimmer papers, we get a limited quantity, but this one we get more. So there's even 2 greens and they're slightly different. There's 2 vanillas. This one's a little more white. This one's a little more vanilla. But just beautiful gold foils that could be great on a card or on a scrapbook page. And if you wanted to make that even easier, they have given us these gold dipped cards and envelopes. So we have our card bases that come pre-cut and scored that all we have to do is decorate them up. Some of them are going to be portrait. I guess they could be landscape. You just have the gold on the side instead. And then there's this one. The one thing I do want to point out is these are a different size. I'm wondering if they are this size because this may be the European size. I don't know. I'm not familiar with European, but these card bases, once you fold them up, they are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So they're a little bit larger than our standard A2 format we use here in the US, but they did give us coordinating envelopes. So really it doesn't make any difference that they're an odd size because we have the cards and the envelopes and they coordinate and everything matches and they're all the same size, right? So that was the cards and envelopes. Here's another specialty paper I got. I love the glimmer paper. I love that Stampin' Up! Has redesigned all of their glitter papers so that they don't shed. So these you can rub against them and you can, you know, turn them upside down. No glitter is going to fall off of them, which is fabulous. And of course they come in these beautiful Christmas colors. So there's 2 of each one. Looks like probably Granny Apple, Garden Green, and Real Red. Let's see here. Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green. They're super shimmery. Very pretty. I don't think the camera's really doing them justice. But you get 6 sheets. I got this one, which was Falling Snow, because I thought this would make a great subtle background. I have the embossing folder, but this one is a stamp. So you can stamp that falling snow in the background. And I can see using this as a tone on tone, you know, maybe using a Night of Navy ink on a Night of Navy cardstock and just getting a subtle background. It gives it a little bit of texture and look to it. The next thing, let's see, I bought a suite and then it came with this stamp set, dies, ribbon, and coordinating paper. So here's another designer series paper. And it goes with this Snowy Wonder stamp set. And I loved this one because it had the house, the snowman, the penguin, the tree, the holly, the snowflake, kind of all in one stamp set. So if you were kind of torn between, you couldn't decide if you wanted Christmas trees or snowmen or houses, you know, this one covered them all, which I thought was great. And again, these can be used off season because it does snow other times of the year. And the house can be used as a little wooden cabin in the woods with the trees around it. Lots of uses for that. God, I can really see a good masculine card with these for a kind of a fall camping kind of look. These are photopolymer and have the dies, and the ribbon has these little pom-poms on the end. And at first when I saw it in the catalog, I was worried. I thought, that's going to cause bulk. But actually they don't. They flatten out rather nicely. So it does give you that pom-pom kind of look, but it's not adding too much bulk to your card, which was what I was worried about. And of course we have the set of dies that goes with the stamp set that will cut out several things in the stamp set. You know, we have the little mountains with the dies, the snowman with the die, the little house, and then there's a snow globe. So there's the traditional snow globe that's round, and then there's the one that's the dome. There's both of them. So you can stamp those, maybe cut this out of acetate so that you could make it a clear snow globe so you could see the things inside, maybe even vellum. But I'm guessing that these dies are going to cut out some of the stuff in the designer series paper, because they will often do that. And they don't tell us. We just have to kind of, oh, look, cuts out that snowflake. We just kind of have to, you know, move them around and see what they do. See, this looks like the right size. Yep. So that's going to cut out there. That one's a little short. But if we did maybe say the penguin down here, cutting off that top is not going to affect it much. And then we have the little base, and it cuts out that as well. So I love it when the dies coordinate and cut stuff out of the designer series paper. Yeah, kind of. Might cut off his earmuffs, but it does fit. Looks like the penguin fits as well. There's more snowmen. Oh, see, it would cut out this one for sure. It wouldn't have anything to cut off. That die would cut that out perfect. And I make you bet the little trees fit the little trees. More penguins that would cut out with that die. So, oh, and then candy canes. So this all coordinates together. Oh, and this was the other thing in the suite, is there's these little snowflakes that could go inside of the snow globe to make a shaker card. They're very detailed little snowflakes. And there's a whole lot of them in there. What have I got next? Okay, here's another stamp that I wanted, a Christmas tree. And so this was the one I chose to get. It is a photopolymer, two-step stamping, and that you can stamp the tree and then the detail over the top of it. And then you could even do your star at the top, your ornaments, those sorts of things can be stamped on. And then the dies have the large tree that they cut out, and then there's the middle detail stuff. Come on. It's stuck on. Oh, there was an extra set of dies. There we go. Okay, so there's two sets of dies to this one. So this tree cuts out just the outline of the tree, and then this could be another second die to go over the top of it, or you can put either one of these over the top of that one. Looks like these are the same size as this one, but maybe you would do this in one color and then this in another color and then layer them on top of each other so one could be seen below the other. I could see this in a silver foil, the snowflakes over the top of maybe a green or a navy blue tree. Lots of possibilities. Love the little bows too. I look for little things like this because I was making, have you seen I make the hearts and I turn them into a wedding couple? So I cut them out of black and white and then I decorate them up. And for the black and white, the groom, I needed a bow tie. And this is the perfect size for that. I used to use the little bow tie that came with the gingerbread cookie, the builder punch of that. And then I sold it without thinking that I use it for that because it was so out of character that it wasn't a Christmas thing. So now I have replacement bow ties for that. So look at your dies and your punches and think of what you can use them for outside of the scope of what they look like they were intended for. But there's lots of things you can do with them. Let's see. I liked the one-of-a-kind because it had the little swirl and then had some snowflakes. And it was a very low-priced bundle because it came with dies because it just had the two. So I don't remember how much it was. I want to say $30 range. But it was much cheaper than some of the $50 bundles. And I still got my snowflake. And I can cut out this one and then, or I can cut out this one, or I can do the both and layer them up, as I'd said before. So one-of-a-kind snowflakes. Again, here's some stamp sets I can use for other things. Thank you for your kindness. A little something just for you. Your one-of-a-kind wonderful friend. Sending you a flurry of happy wishes to and from. So, I mean, a lot of those things can be used outside of Christmas. So think of that as you're going through. I did get one punch bundle. I thought this was really cute. So there's the Home Builder Punch, then the Humble Home photopolymer stamp set. Again, I can see using this for maybe a Valentine's. Here's a thank you. Maybe somebody gets a new house. This could be a housewarming card. A fun little bundle there. And I've got two more bundles. Let's see. I got Reindeer Fun, another photopolymer stamp set. And the coordinating dies. And I think I really love this one here because it gives you kind of that window view where you can cut this out of a layer and have a window into what's behind it. And of course, the deer cut out packages. This must be the Jingle Bells, the little Christmas tree at the bottom. And then if we wanted to make them Santa's reindeer, we've got the little harnesses that could stamp right over the top of him. So that was Reindeer Fun. And again, that comes with some designer series paper that I make you bet those dies coordinate with. I would have to lay them on top and figure some of them out, but looks like some of these might fit. And it's just cute paper besides. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. Anytime you share, like, comment, all of those are good for helping me get seen. Let's see. Is this the right side? Yep, there we go. Check that out. Right out of the designer series paper. I knew they would coordinate somehow. And just a very festive paper. They're through and just so easy to just go through and show you all of the patterns so you see both sides. But there are two pieces of each paper I've just given you front and back. So that was Reindeer Fun. And then we're down to this last one. And everybody else got this bundle a while ago. And I didn't get it at the time because when I looked at it in the catalog, it didn't excite me a whole lot. But then, of course, people started using it. And there were examples all over Pinterest. And I decided I would go ahead and get it because it's, again, one of those stamp sets that, yes, it's a winter kind of Christmassy, not quite, just winter birds. There's no Merry Christmas or anything in there. But I have a feeling if I was to color this just a little differently, I could turn this into winter, spring, fall, summer. I think we could do a lot of different things with these all throughout the year. And I really liked, again, this frame. Stampin' Up! Has done a really great job giving us several frames that have foliage to them. And so this could be used on any number of things, aside from just using it with the birds. And of course, the birds probably die cut out of the paper, because most of the stuff we've seen so far all coordinates that way. So here's some really pretty birds, some basic patterns. Yep, that one's going to fit one of those dies. I'm sure of it. This one here and this one here seem to match those stamps. Yep. So the dies are going to coordinate, and they're going to cut these out too. Some pussy willows, and then some birch. And then the birch is here in the patterned paper, but then they also had the large embossing folder. And so this has that birch wood to it. And this is a very large embossing folder. I don't know if you've gotten any of our newer ones, but this is 6 inches by 8.5. So this will take an entire card base. This is a finished card, but it's our card base size. But you could see how you could slip this in, and you could dry emboss both sides of a card. So they're very oversized. Let's see if you can see the pattern better. Yeah, that looks better. So again, a nice subtle pattern that could be used as a background. And besides some other adhesives and stocking up on my designer series paper because of the sale going on, and some cardstock because I was running low, that was it. This is all the pieces from the new September to December mini catalog. So you will see me using these in the upcoming weeks as we dive into the holiday season. And we all know that, we're not quite ready. It's still 100 degrees outside, and who wants to think about Christmas? But I honestly think I need to start thinking about it right now, because it's going to be here before we know it. And I don't like feeling stressed, waiting until the last minute to pound out those Christmas cards. I don't feel I do my best work under pressure that way. So I'm going to be working on my cards now, so I have them ready to send out to my customers, my family, my relatives, friends, and also have for craft fairs that are coming up. So I hope you liked what I had to share, and I hope you come back and watch me on my next live. I go live every Monday and Thursday at 2:30. And this next Monday, I'm going to be doing this fun fold card, which is a diamond gatefold. So if you come back on Monday, I will show you how this one's made. So thank you so much, and I will see you on Monday. Thanks. Bye.